Hello YouTube, this is Alignment Games, and welcome back to my part RPG horror game series where I show you how to make an RPG game using RPG Maker VX Ace, and this is part 4. And today we're going to be covering how to make a gate and how to make a I would say like a gate slash like puzzle, where basically you're going to be flipping switches, and depending on the switches you press will open up the gate. But the first one I want to do is a simple one where, in the case of this gate that we have for a castle, when you flip a switch, the gate lowers down and our characters can go inside. By doing that, we will need to create an event. However, because the bridge or sort of the gate that we're going to be using, it's going to be specially made. We're going to be using a third-party software, which I use is the GIMP, and I'll put a download link in the bottom of the description. And so basically what we're going to be doing is taking one of these tile sets that RPG Maker has. Specifically, I'm choosing this one because if I put it, it's close enough to put together and make it into a gate. But however, since we can't use it through events because it only takes one tile set, which is 32 by 32 dimension, we're gonna make a custom tile set, which I'm gonna have all three of them together. And the way it's gonna work is that we're gonna make a 3 by 4 row and column. And to do that, I'm just gonna open up the GIMP. And since I already have the GIMP open, just go ahead and make a new project. It's up to you if you want to follow along the same thing or maybe use something similar. But as you can see, I already have it. I have it open. And if you want to know how to get the picture from here to the GIMP, all you have to do is just open up Resource Manager, go to Graphics and Tile Sets, and from there it's selected. I believe it might be, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's outside. Yep, it will be outside underscore 85. And what would you do? Oops. And what would you do is just you would simply have it selected and then hit export, and you can export it to the desktop or anywhere in one of your folders. But yeah, after you go ahead and do that and you import it into the GIMP, again, all you have to really do is just like either grab the image and drop it into the program, or you can just open it up. You can go ahead and after that zoom in, and then what I did was that I use the toolbox, and under the toolbox there's something called a rectangular selection tool. Go ahead and select it, and all you have to do is just stretch it all the way to the bottom, and so it will be like a 32 by 64. And after you go ahead and do that, just press copy invisible. And after you got that down, now we're gonna go ahead and open up a new one. And like I said before, we're gonna be doing a special tile set where basically it's the same principle as if you make a character, where for a character that uses animation, the basic animation uses a 3 by 4, which it represents when you have 3 rows. It's either the character's walking with his left leg or right leg, or if the animation has a left and a right side, or etc. And for the four columns, basically they all represent the sides that either the character animation is facing, whether it's front, left, right, or back. But it's the same thing. For this, it's going to be the same thing, but we're not going to go ahead and fill the whole thing since we only have like one tile set. So it's basically, you're going to have to do some basic math. It's easy. So you just take whatever the size of the tile set and you multiply it by 3. So in this case, by 3 we're doing the rows. So, and this is the width of it is 32. So if you go ahead and do 32 times 3, you get 96. So go ahead and place 96, and then the height is 64, and that will be our column. So 64 times 4 that would be, if I'm not mistaken, just to double check, 64 times 4, yep, it's 256. So we'll go ahead and open that up. So then after you have it open, go ahead and paste, and I like to paste it as a new layer. You don't have to necessarily do that, you can just drop it. But yeah, let's just go ahead and paste it 2 more times. And you'll see in a second what I'm trying to do. So after that, zoom it up a little bit. And it's also important to make sure that they are aligned right next to each other. Otherwise it kind of looks off and it doesn't cover the whole, the gate doesn't cover it all the way. So just to double check. So take one, put it right next. Take another one, put it right next. So we basically have something like this. One of the other things I wanted to do, actually, let me just do it 3 more times because this is going to be kind of important. So basically, what I'm going to do is that you're going to have the door, the gate, on top of the covering the entrance, and what we're going to go ahead and do is basically when the gate drops to the floor, our character can walk across it, because when you have the gate raised up, it doesn't make sense if your character can walk through it. However, if we make 2 and mark it down, we're going to see we're going to make it so our character can walk through it, if that makes sense. So after we get something like this, export it. Now, one of the other things I wanted to say was RPG Maker has kind of a rule where, since it only takes 32 by 32 sprites in the case of an event, it's not gonna copy the whole gate that we have, for example. So for any case, there's a special rule where if you put a $ right next to the file, it would take that file, that picture specifically, and it will divide it by 3 by 4. So that way, when we put it for the event, it would know to divide and it will spread out equally. And in that way, also, the gate gets covered, the entrance gets covered by the gate. So let's go ahead and shorten that up, and we should have it now. I'll go back to resource, and I would do is import it twice. So if we can find our file, here it is, gate. Looks good. And then we go ahead and, what was the other one? I'm going to do character. And you'll see why I'm putting it inside the character folder. Go ahead and press yes. Close it out. So after we got that, let's open up, don't want to do that, open up database. And this is kind of a cool trick I want to do. You can go ahead and you can create your own kind of tile sets, or you want to add more tile sets. In a case like this, let's go ahead and for tile sets, we open up the graph, the gate, and put it on the graph, and we'll put it on D for the exterior. So hit apply and hit OK. So now we should have it right here. Now the other thing I want to do is go ahead and do events. Open it up. Now where it says graphics, find the gate. Go ahead and do that just to double check. Okay, so it should be like that. Now I'm just basically putting the gates like so. And just want to double check So let's put our character here, player, and just to test it out to see if it covers the whole. Oops. Save. I will save the game here. Here, it's a great process. Great. Let's see what's wrong. New game. Huh. That's interesting. Oh, I gotta see what's wrong. Probably mix some files up. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Just never change file locations when you're editing a file from RPG Maker. But anyway, now I fixed the problem. So where I left off, I was gonna check to see if the bridge works. I mean, the gate is covered. I'm getting ahead of myself. Place the character there, so guys, gotta make it nighttime too. Okay, just gotta put it down. That's fine. So we'll go ahead and cut and paste in. It should cover it. Alright, so one of the things I want to do also is create a lever. So we go to switches, and I guess I'll choose this one. And we'll put this as gate switch. Okay. And there will be no condition. And it's an action button. Alright. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. Go to text. Make this like black since we actually I'm just make a normal window. Alright, so we'll make this a conditional branch. Or choices, I mean. Do you want to pull the switch? Question mark. Okay, and we'll give an option, yes or no. So we hit switch. Is like, let's put a sound effect. So play sound effect. Let's see what RPG Maker has. Switch 1. Yeah, let's leave it like this. Switch 1. And let's show text. You opened the gate. So we'll do it like that. And so after that, we'll do it so in case like this, when we pull the switch, we'll make it so that when we pull it, the switch, it indicates that we pulled the switch and that the gate will open. So let's go ahead and what should we do? Variable. Yeah, let's go ahead and do a switch. That makes sense. So go ahead and switch. Let's put open gate, and let's do it so its operation is on. And after we do that, let's go ahead and put a control self switch, make it A. Open, you open the gate, and then let's go ahead and open up a new page, and we'll make it so that we'll get to it by the self switch. And then for graphics, let's go ahead and use the same tile set, but this time let's make it so that the switch is pulled. And then let's go ahead and say, I mean, you can leave it like this, or you can go ahead and put like, you already you already open the gate, so every time you press it, put it like that. And then there we go. So that's that. So for this one, let's put it gate, and let's make it so that basically leave it like this, and we'll show text. The capital. The gate is locked. Okay, so the gate is locked. Let's go ahead and create a new event page. And we'll leave it at none, since for this condition, if we pull the switch, the gate is open. And then when the gate is open, we'll go ahead and transfer the player. So then he will get teleported here. We'll put it up. Okay, so before we go ahead, let me just double check. So we'll change the trigger to player touch. Okay, so when the condition is open, tile 6 is gone, and we can transfer in and out. Okay, so copy, paste. Okay, let's see. Boy, it's freezing. Well, let's see. Help. See there, I'm coming. And let's see. The gate is locked. Do you want to pull the switch? You open the gate. Okay. So let me see something. It's probably something I forgot to do. And that is, where is it? Yep. I have to make this circle, because if you have an X, that means our character can't walk through it. So there's collision detection, so our character won't bypass it. So if we have it open, the circle, when our character steps through, he should be able to transport. So let's try that again. And I'm sorry guys if I'm not being very informative. I feel like it's just easier to explain when you show it, or if there's anything any concerns. And there we go. Go through, and so now this is the entrance to the castle. Now one of the things I wanted to also explain was before is that I didn't realize this until later on. I checked back my videos, but I put the book which will allow you to save, and normally what I did was that I didn't put it's not that I put the wrong tile set for the book. It was supposed to be for this, and what happened was that tile set that I put for the other book was 32 by 64, so half of it had the book and half of it didn't, so it clearly took the sprite where it was just empty. So I went back and I changed it, so it should work. So we got that. What else? I was also supposed to go ahead and make this nighttime. Let me do that. But yeah, that's basically the simple way of making a gate, so that when you press it, and even though it's like simple, it's like, well, you know, why can't you just have it when you go through, instead of pressing the switch and just going through, won't you just have it so the gate was always open? And yeah, you can do that. It's just that maybe sometimes you want to have it so that maybe there's a door you have to go through and then through that door, or maybe it's a room. When you go inside the room, then there's a switch where you can press it, but you maybe don't want to have the character go into a specific door. You probably want him to open up a door, which allows you to press a switch. Then you can go through it. For example, if you have like a barrier, maybe the entrance of a town, and you have to go inside like a tower, which if you go inside the tower, they might have a button so you can go through like that. But I just want to show something like that. And let me go ahead and make this nighttime, make this 0. So that's that. So then I'm probably gonna either split it up or add in the rest. So that's just the basic way of how to make a gate open. Now for the next one, I'm gonna use the same principle where you have a gate and you have to hit a switch to open it. But let's say what I want to do for this one is that make it a little bit more complex and make it into a puzzle, so you have to solve it by flipping some switches. So I'm probably going to do that in the next video. So I just wanted to shorten it up. So this might be part 1 for part 4, and then part 4, part 2 will have it for being with the puzzle. So I just wanted to shorten it up. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in part 2 for part 4, if that makes sense. Alright, see you guys.